Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see about incident report. Nursing is a profession within the healthcare sector focused on the care of individuals, families, and communities. So they maintain or recover optimal health and quality of life. Nurses may be differentiated from other healthcare providers by their approach to patient care, training, and scope of practice. Nurses practice in many specialties with differing levels of prescription authority. Many nurses provide care within the ordering scope of physicians, and this traditional role has shaped the public image of nurses as care providers. However, nurse practitioners are permitted by most jurisdictions to practice independently in a variety of settings. In a healthcare facility such as a hospital, nursing home, or assisted living, an incident report or accident report is a form that is filled out in order to record details of an unusual event that occurs at the facility, such as an injury to a patient. The purpose of the incident report is to document the exact details of the occurrence while they are fresh in the minds of those who witnessed the event. This information may be useful in the future when dealing with liability issues. So this incident report is also called as accident report. It's a form that is filled out in order to record details of an unusual event. If any unusual event occur to a patient, that event record this is called as incident report. Okay, the main purpose of this incident report is document the exact details of the occurrence. Okay, this exact details of the occurrence will help for future reference. And generally, according to the healthcare guidelines, the report must be filled out as soon as possible following the incident. This way, the details written in the report are as accurate as possible. Most incident reports that are written involve accidents with patient, such as patient falls, but most facilities will also document an incident in which a staff member or visitor is injured. The next one is a function or purpose of this incident report. An incident report is not part of the patient chart, but it may be used later in litigation. A report has two functions. It informs the administration of the incident so management can prevent similar incidents in the future. It alerts administration and the facilities insurance company to a potential claim and the need for investigation. Okay, this incident report helps to prevent further occurrence of such incident, and also it alerts the administration and the facilities insurance company to a potential claim and the need for investigation. Then when to report? Okay, when the time to report that particular incidents that must be reported and documented include exposure incidents, that means skin, eye, mucous membrane, or parental contact with blood or other potentially infectious materials that may result from the performance of an employee's duties. Okay, then next one is accident such as accident or injury, to patient, visitor, employee slips or falls, other incident which result or may result in injury. Then next one is even behaviors or actions, incidents that are unusual, contrary to agency policy or procedure, or which may result in injury. Then vaccine adverse event reports system, reaction to vaccine administered at agency. These are all the timing of report that incidents. If any incident occurred during this situation, we have to report. Then medication reaction to any drug administered at or provided by health department, complete adverse drug reaction form. Then property damage or missing article. Then administration of wrong medication or vaccine, improper administration of medication or vaccine. Okay, these are all the timing. Then who should report. Who has the responsibility to report that incident? Only people who witness the incident should fill out and sign the incident report. Each witness should file a separate report. Once the report is filed, the nursing supervisor, department heads, administration, the facilities attorney and the insurance company may review it. Because incident report will be read by many people and may even turn up in court, we must follow strict guidelines when completing them. And if an incident report form does not leave enough space to fully describe an incident, attach an additional page of comments. Document the incident as it occurred in the patient medical record. Incident report completed should never appear in the patient record. The incident report should never be referred to in any way in the medical record. Incident report, if once incident report is completed, it should never appear in the patient record. Then employees responsibilities. Okay, employee also has some responsibility. All employees are responsible for preparing an incident report as soon as possible and reporting immediately to their supervisor, or in the supervisor absence, report to the administration any incident or injury including near misses. Okay, near misses, it's nothing but it's a potential to injury or the precursor of injury. Then recommendations and appropriate changes shall be discussed with the supervisor and necessary corrections implemented to prevent further accidents. Then supervisor responsibility. The supervisor shall take action to implement corrective measures immediately when the investigation reveals such actions are necessary. The supervisor shall provide a copy of the incident report and the workers' compensation report to the safety officer within 5 working days of the accident, and report all incidents and near misses should be discussed during meetings with employees of the work unit to prevent problems of the same nature. Tips for reporting incidents. It include essential information such as identity of the person involved in the incident, the exact time and place of the incident and the name of the doctor we notified. And document any unusual occurrences that we witnessed. Record the events and the consequences for the patient in enough detail that administrators can decide whether or not to investigate further. Then write objectively, avoiding opinions, judgments, conclusions or assumptions about who or what caused the incidents. Describe only what we saw and heard and the actions we took to provide care at the scene. Unless we saw a patient fall, write found patient lying on the floor. And some other tips do not admit that we are at fault or blame someone else. Steer clear of statements like better staffing would have prevented this incident, and do not offer suggestions about how to prevent the incident from happening again, and do not include detailed statements from witnesses and descriptions of remedial action. These are normally part of an investigative follow-up. Do not put the report in the medical record. Send it to the person designated to review it according to facilities policy. Okay, should not keep that incident report in the medical record. Instructions for completing the form. The complaint or incident form is used to document the following: any type of accident, vehicle or otherwise, which may or may not involve injuries, patient provider conflicts, then employee conflicts and complaints. When reporting a complaint or incident, follow these steps. Complete the form and obtain appropriate signatures. Okay, when we report a complaint, we have to follow these steps. Complete the form and obtain appropriate signatures. Submit the original form to the district office within 5 working days, and if a copy is kept at the local office, it must be filed in a locked cabinet. Then how to write incident report. First one is obtain the proper forms from institution. Each institution has a different protocol in place for dealing with an incident and filing a report. In some cases, we are responsible for filling out a form issued by the institution, and in other cases, we will be asked to type or write up the report by hand. Once the form is filled out properly, we will need to return it into the correct department. If possible, write up using word processing software. It will look neater and will be able to use spell check to polish it when we are finished. And if we write a report by hand, print clearly instead of using cursive. Don't leave people guessing whether out sevens are actually one. Then second one is start the report as soon as possible. Okay, first one is obtain the proper forms from institution. Then second one is start the report as soon as possible. Here write in the same day as the incident if possible, because we wait for a day or 2 days, memory will start to get a little fuzzy. We should write down the basic facts we need to remember as soon as the incident occurs and do a report write up within the first 24 hours afterward. The next one is to provide the basic facts. Provide basic facts is very important. Our form may have blanks for us to fill out with information about the incident. If not, start the report with a sentence clearly stating the following basic information such as a time, date, the location of the incident, and name and ID number, names of other officers who were present. Okay, these are all the basic information we have to provide when writing the incident report. Then last one is include a line about the basic nature of the incident. Describe what brought to us to the scene of the incident, and if we received a call, describe the call and note what time we received it. And write an objective factual sentence describing what occurred. For example, we could write that we were called to a certain address after a person was reported for being drunk and disorderly. Note that we should not write what we think might have happened. Stick to the facts and to be objective. Okay, always we should stick to the facts and to be objective. Describing what happened. Here, first one, write a first person narrative telling what happened. Write a detailed chronological narrative of exactly what happened when we report to the scene, and use the full names of each person who is included in the report and start a new paragraph to describe each person action separately. Then be thorough. Be thorough here. Write as much as we can remember. The more details, the better. Don't leave room for people reading the report to interpret something the wrong way. Don't worry about our report being too long or wordy. The important thing is to report a complete picture of what occurred. Okay, that is very important. Then third one is be accurate. Do not write something in the report that we are not sure actually happened, and report hearsay as hearsay, not as fact. For example, if a witness told he saw some leap over a fence and run away, be sure it's clear that the incident was a witness account and that it's not clear whether that actually happened. And fourth one is be clear. Don't use flowery, confusing language to describe what occurred. Our writing should be clear and concise. Use short, to the point, fact-oriented sentences that don't leave room for interpretation. And instead of writing, I think the suspect wanted to get back at his wife because he seemed to have ill intentions when he walked up to her and grabbed her. Right, the suspect walked over to his wife and forcefully grabbed her by the wrist. So we should not write our suspicions. Be clear while writing the incident report. Be clear and be honest. Even if you are not proud of how we handled the situation, it is imperative that we write an honest account. If we write something untrue, it may end up surfacing later, putting our job in jeopardy and causing problems for the people involved in the incident. And preserve our integrity and that of the institution we represent by telling the truth. Then next one is polishing the report. Polishing the report, it includes editing and submitting the incident report. Edit and proofread report. Read thorough it to make sure it's coherent and easy to understand. Double check of all the facts including spellings of names, dates, times, addresses, license plate numbers and so on. Make sure we did not leave out any information that should have been included. Look for obvious gaps in the narrative that we might need to fill, check it one more time for spelling and grammar errors, and remove any words that could seen as subjective, like words describing feelings and emotions. Okay, these are things that you edit before submitting the incident report. And last one is submit incident report. Okay, after this editing and all, we need to submit the incident report. Find out the name of the person or department to whom report must be sent. When possible, submit an incident report in person and make available to answer further questions or provide clarification. In situations where an incident report must be mailed or emailed, follow with a phone call within a 10-day period to ensure that report was. When possible, submit an incident report in person and make available to answer further questions or provide clarification. And we should follow with a phone call within 10-day period to ensure that report was received. And I'll show this is the medical incident example of medical incident report form. Name, date of the accident, location of accident, description about the accident, then description of injury, then action taken, and follow-up action needed. Okay, that's all about incident report. This incident report is very essential in the hospital because we are informing the incident to the administration, and the administration will take the action to prevent further incidents or prevent similar incidents in the future. Okay, thank you.